Dreamscapes. Disability, visible and invisible, is normal, natural, and according to some, it is an art. Sooner or later, its mysteries touch nearly everyone. Base Collective is a group of artists who travel side by side in the lively caravan of disability, giving and receiving support. Together, we dove deep in search of symbolic images that were recognizable and important to each of us. The resulting scenes invite viewers to explore disability culture from the inside. In mythic images, we encounter disability as part of nature and history, the light and dark magic of medical care, the unique challenges and triumphs of life in our ingenious community, and the stark choices we will face in a destabilized future. As the mind explores a symbol, Carl Jung wrote, it is led to ideas that lie beyond the grasp of reason. Unlike a political slogan, a symbol can never be fully explained or precisely defined. It arises from the hugeness of inner life and shared experience. While creating the mural scenes, our collective drew upon the rules of improv, which are central to BASE, Missoula's All Abilities Community Center located in the Warehouse Mall and largely funded by Summit, our local disability empowerment center. Improv arises from split-second responses to unpredictable and evolving conditions which may stump the conscious mind. A good-natured attitude of receptivity and a commitment to saying yes and to whatever arises defines a thriving improv community and any life lived well. Dreamscapes of Disability seeks to be accessible, with Braille titles and captioned audio-video for each image available via QR codes. While on display, the mural will be the site for improv, performance, and celebration as the project evolves. We hope to draw in community members to explore disability experience in new ways during the exhibition. Follow us at Summit ILC and Facebook/Base725 for updates and to share your comments. The Base Collective, Mike Beers, Heidi J., Charlotte McCorn, Jenny Montgomery, and Gavin Workman. The Base Improv Actors, Jason Billyhoos, Maddie Halland, Lindy Lee Keller, Bobby Kerwin, Devin McLean, Madison Quantock Morgan, Shireen Ricci, and Kelly Sellers. Essential support: Matthew Heyman, John Howard, Solveig, Jacob Muka, Leslie Washburn, and the Missoula Community Theater.
Use the tools and resources to maximize independence, well-being, skills, and access to community. Summit challenges attitudinal and systemic barriers, combats discrimination, and advocates for essential policy and programs. I have Jenny Montgomery here. She's a former board member and a BASE volunteer. And Jenny, I'm sure I'll explain everyone behind her as well.
Thank you so much for coming out. I love our community, and I want to bring the whole BASE Collective up here. We have Charlotte McCorn, Gavin Workman, Heidi J., Michael Beers. So we worked together on these 4 cards, as we've been calling them, and I can go a little further. Yeah, but anyway, it was a super improvisational process where we wanted to talk about what it's like from the inside to be in the disability community. And Michael, can I pass you the mic to say more about our process? Since you're the director.
All right, thank you everybody. This rain feels really good. And just like Jenny said, we're going to improv this opening as well as we've done everything else. It was a collaborative with all these great minds and all this creativity behind me. I was really just a model. I just had to show up and take my shirt off. So, but we're going to go ahead and give you a symphony of some of the words that brought this thing together. And as we don't have any instruments, we are going to use these instruments behind us. I will be your conductor. Jason, come on up. We need a... We definitely need some bass. We need a drum and we need a rhythm section. Thank you, thank you. All right, Tammy, you're being requested. I'm certainly not going to tell you what to do.
Yeah, Tammy! Woo!
Okay. Okay. So, from you, my instruments, I would like a word that defines interdependence for you, that defines art, defines collaboration, defines art, any of these things. And when I point at you, I want you to say that word. Now, does anybody have their word? Heidi has their word. Okay. So Heidi will be my example. So Heidi, when I point at you, I want you to say that word as loud as you can. Freedom! Wow, all right. So when I go like this, when I go high with my hand, I want you to go, yep, a little higher. There you go. And then when I go bring it low, I want you to bring the big. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. Now, I'm going to show you one more, and everybody has to know this one, okay? All right. If I point at you and I roll my hands like this, okay, that means Heidi's not going to stop. And that means I could look at every mural here and take my time doing it, and Heidi will not stop until I go like this. Okay. Instruments ready? Yes, sir. Okay, let me hand someone the microphone here. Oh, it's hard, dears. Alright. Good people of the alley, we present to you the Mural Symphony. It is your pleasure to be here and have all of us.
The heart is cold!
Okay, remember that. Like that, okay.
Happy!
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 Okay, now I want you to bring the big.
Happy!
Okay. Bring it on.
Hashtag
Okay, now.
Self-empower! Self-empower! Self-empower!
Okay. Yes, okay. A little softer. Like you're strengthening something. There you go. Okay. Like that.
Community! Community!
Community! Community!
Intersectionality. Intersectionality. Intersectionality.
Resilience!
Woo!
Intersectionality. 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 Intersectionality.
Some interpretive text about our images. There are little QR codes in the corner, and you can point your phone there. And thank you so much for coming out, and thanks to all the other artists and fabulous nonprofits. And there's
Braille. Thank you.
We've always been here. Ancestors with disabilities from different eras gather around a fire. A sacred figure speaks with power, recalling the important role of disabled individuals in many traditional communities. Blackfeet, Haida Tlingit, and Salish Kootenai tribal members are present in the scene. People with disabilities have always been here, on tribal land. Ancient artifacts have shown that care and accommodation of the disabled was normal in over 30 prehistoric communities around the world. Digs have revealed burial gifts surrounding disabled community members at these sites. In Western Galilee, the grave of a shaman held the 12,000-year-old remains of a woman with a unique skeletal structure, surrounded with 50 tortoise shells and covered in eagle's wings. The card reveals that you too are deserving of honor and care in the interdependent web of life.
The healer. A doctor figure carries the light and shadow sides of medical care. On the right, he sees only what is wrong, piercing us with a dehumanizing gaze and wielding the cold sword of judgment. We meet this archetype in ego-driven professionals, advice-giving strangers, and the internal self-critic. On the left, we meet the loving gaze of recognition in a being who offers us the true medicine of receptivity, relatedness, and a just right recipe to spark the healing we need. This card advises us to unite the opposites within, to move forward on our path.
Ten friends. A fellowship travels in mountainous territory, navigating a landscape of beauty and difficulty. Working together, the group helps one member pass over an obstacle. Each person assists in their own way, bearing their friend to safety. Some of the actors with disabilities shown here provide care for friends and family with different disabilities. One is an able-bodied family caregiver. Before the passage of the Americans with Disabilities Act, 1990, activists and person with a visual impairment, Jim Whalen, said he never had trouble going anywhere 10 of his friends wanted to go. This holds true whenever a community pulls tight around someone in need. Peer support and sticking together work their magic again and again. This card affirms that we cannot do alone what we can do together.
Our future. As the world careens toward an uncertain future, people with disabilities see the social supports that ensure health and independence increasingly under threat. In the absence of strong Medicaid and home-based care, will communities pull together to create new forms of mutual aid? Will we slow down and learn to thrive in a world that consumes less and cooperates more? Or will our lower instincts take over, making the world more threatening and less humane? Two groups mirror one another's gestures and actions as we face this fork in the road ahead. This card whispers, it's partially up to you.
Summit's mission is to advance the independence and civil rights of people with disabilities. It offers tools to maximize independence, well-being, skills, and access to community. Summit overcomes attitudinal and systemic barriers, combats discrimination, and advocates for necessary policies and programs.